In the beginning, to be honest with you, Kasey, like you've seen it from start to finish because you see me on Instagram. In March, I didn't even know what I was gonna do.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Creative Corner, the video podcast where I review creatives all around the corners of the earth who talk about their passion from art to business. And today we have a very, very special guest with us, Alexi.
Hi, y'all. Hi, I'm Alexi Rabadam, founder and CEO of Finessed Media. Thank you, Kasey, for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Me and Alexi go way back to college days in French class, and we met up a little bit and study abroad. And these days, she's making big moves in New York with her own business. So today we're going to talk all about her business and how she found it and what got you interested in Finessed Media.
Growing up with a creative background in regards to like trying to songwrite, trying to rap a little bit, which I'm not good at. That is not my forte. I was also in a bunch of choirs, and having all of that creative experience, but not understanding how the music business worked was like, why is this so hard for me to understand? And so I started Finessed Media essentially to help artists and help people in the music industry, music entrepreneurs, artist managers, etc., learn about how the music industry works. Because I was like, well, I don't know how it works. So why don't I help some other people figure out how it works? So we started this e-learning platform for hip hop entrepreneurs to start. And then once COVID hit, we pivoted into a global media platform.
You know, starting a new business, especially during the pandemic, is definitely hard. But in your own words, what was the hardest challenge and how did you overcome it?
In the beginning, to be honest with you, Kasey, like you've seen it from start to finish because you see me on Instagram posting about it. But like in March, I didn't even know what I was gonna do. I was like, okay, I spent all of this time to launch my company and did all of this research, came up with a 26-page business plan, created a pitch deck, and started like reaching out to potential investors. And then come March, I had to completely change everything. COVID really made it difficult for us to figure out how we were going to do anything for our business because we were run off of events and production. So I spent about 2 weeks trying to figure out how to pivot and what I was gonna do in order to keep the business going, to keep the lights on. And I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna start interviewing people in the industry. Like, I don't know where this is going yet, but I think if I interview these people and I ask them the right questions about how they got to where they were at, or what their goals were, it might inspire other people and I can provide value in that way. And so I just started doing these interviews, very similar to this podcast that you're running. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to post those up on YouTube. I'm going to get a podcast going, and then I'll start doing events, virtual events. I did a few really cool events early on. I did one with J-Rel, who is a songwriter for Music Soul Child. And then I also did another one with Brittany Boston, who is the artist manager for Dax out of Canada, and another one with Kasey from Kasey's Empire and the Come Up shows. And these were essentially the catalyst for having events on a weekly basis to build up a community. And I was just like, okay, well, people like these events, so I'm gonna start doing them on a week-to-week basis. And we went from essentially having maybe 5 to 10 people on our first events to running out of room to hold people on Zoom calls.
And I know you mentioned originally you thought maybe doing brick and mortar would be the answer, but it's kind of interesting to see how you were able to grow your reach and reach so many more artists and people by hosting these virtual events.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So about 9 months of events on a week-to-week basis, but also then hosting a big summit, and altogether having that many people was like okay, we can do this.
You've definitely gone through the experience of starting your own business, surviving the pandemic, and, outsourcing a team. From all of that, what is one solid piece of advice you would give somebody who wants to start their own business or who wants to be their own CEO and boss one day?
Can I say two?
Yeah, totally.
The first one is just get started. A lot of the times people get so caught up in like, how do I do this? And am I doing it right? You know what? In business and in life, most of the time, nobody's telling you how to do it. You can spend years and years and years prepping for anything, but if you never take that first step and just try, how are you supposed to know if it works or not? Like, no one's going to understand that vision from you unless you tell them. And then the second piece of advice is you have to focus on revenue and sales. In any business or startup, even in an artist's career, a creator's career, you have to be money minded. And so I strongly suggest for folks that want to learn about running their own business, like learn a little bit of accounting and finance, because it will help you become a better CEO, become a better leader and business owner. You don't have to be a salesperson to be good at sales, and in order to build up your sales, like sell your vision, because the greatest entrepreneurs and CEOs of companies, the greatest leaders are charismatic. Like, you need to be able to have the charisma and the passion to sell what it is that you're selling, because business is based off of revenue, and your business can only be successful if you're willing to drive those numbers and willing to sell that vision to people. I guess that's kind of three things in one, but get started and focus on revenue and sales. I'll start with those, and I'm just going to throw in and sell your vision as like a part of number two.
I love that. Sell your vision. That's a perfect way to end the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to see what happens with your company, Finessed Media, and what 2021 will bring with you all.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And for anyone that would like to learn more about Finessed Media, you can find us at finesse.media to see some of the artists that we showcase. And you can also find us at finessedmedia.mn.co for our Finessed Media Collective.
Go ahead and check them out on social media. Check out their website and comment below who you want to see next, what kind of topics you'd like me to cover, and I will see you all in the next one.